as you know, Serviceform, basically, we have been tampering in the recruitment space ourselves. And over the last couple of years, you know that we have recruitment bots, we have forms, and we practically have been using our tools on our customers' websites. But apart from that, to help them generate the candidates, we haven't given them a tool to manage the recruitment process. And not only just our customers, but we have had our own needs where, you know, with Venla, who's recruiting all the time. I think we had about maybe even 1,000 candidates on our system, and we didn't have a nice place to manage them. And we needed one for ourselves. So what did we do? We made it. We made a recruitment management platform for ourselves that we can really use well. Right, now, to give you a bit more understanding. Lots of recruiters know this problem, but the thing is, recruitment is hard. There are thousands of applications, or you have no applications at all. You don't know what to write on the job post. You don't know where to post it. So basically, once you create it, where do you share? What other platforms? You have difficulty in communicating with the hiring team when multiple people are involved in the process, because it's not usually only one person. If it's a department, different people get involved. And and when you have hundreds and hundreds of candidates, it's very difficult to keep track of all the applicants who applied, and then you end up spending a lot of time. So what we want to do with this product is to help companies recruit, make life simple for them. So what they basically get is a public page and a private space to manage the job positions that you create, that you're hiring for, and the candidates who apply. So that way you can manage the full recruitment process in one place. And I will show you in a bit what it looks like. But this is the basic idea. So what do you get from Serviceform ATS if you're a company? You will get a hosted careers page. You can get a Serviceform domain, which I'll again show you with actual examples after this. Or you can even have your own domain. So when I say Serviceform domain, we have a subdomain where we have created called ATS. So ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. ats.serviceform.com / it can be any URL of your choice, like the path of it. Because if you think about the hourly calendars, we have the same thing, right? It goes as my.serviceform.com / Iranti, and that's my hourly. So same way, it will also be for the careers page. So you can get a page from ours, which we will help you host it. Or if you want to use your own domain as a company, that's also fine. You can have your own domain. So all of your applicants can, basically visit the page and see the job questions that, they're recruiting for and apply. And then, of course, then from here as a company, you can qualify the candidates in different ways based on the information you require for different job roles that you're recruiting for, because you can also use our individual forms. So let's say you're recruiting for a designer. If you are recruiting for a designer, you would like to ask for their portfolio, right, of designs to get an idea of what their style is and to see what their past work. So, but if you're hiring for an account manager, you don't need to really ask that. So you can create different forms to apply for different job roles. Right. And also, most importantly, like I said before, we have been using this for ourselves. I will show you our example and also the back end of it. Right. Then what else do you get? You will also get a job post manager tool, which is practically a flex space where you can see all of the job posts you have created and manage who will also get access to them. And then also to see if a particular job role is active or not. Because let's say you create a job role now and you say, right, because a good example is Key Account Manager Finland. Now we were hiring for Key Account Manager in Finland and we recruited. So this was active before. But now, we're not recruiting anymore. And Venla put all her effort into writing this job post. So we don't want to delete it. So instead, we just say it's inactive and it won't show on the landing page. Right? Yes. So that's the second thing, basically. You get a place to manage. And then you can see from every job post how many people have applied for the role. So that's a nice way to indicate, there's 167 applicants. And then you can tag it by status, department, is it full-time, part-time, the salary range, everything you want. We have criteria. Then, when people look at the landing page, they find a job post that they want to apply for from here, which is it that you want to apply for. Then you have the job role that you've created. And then, of course, then you need to bring in the candidates. You will also get an applicant manager. So where for each job post, you can see the applicants and then filter by the role, country, by salary range, by skills, full-time, part-time, all of that. So now in our example, let's say we are again recruiting for an account manager in Finland. The hiring team in our case would be Venla, Hanna, Mika, and me, because the applicants go through, like the selected applicants who are screened in the pipeline goes through that process of meeting, having multiple interviews. So then it's a nice way to manage, and then anyone else doesn't need to see those candidates because it's sensitive information, right? So that will all be hidden, and only the people involved in the hiring process will see these candidates. And also because, the ATS is primarily a part of Flex, you will be able to tag people. So for example, I interview the candidate, and then I want to let Mika and Hanna know that, hey, interview was good, here are my comments. I can write my comments, tag them, and they will get notified by email and also on the Flex notifications tab. Right. So, and then the idea is here, you can basically gather applicants seamlessly with any Serviceform tool. So the idea there is that, let's say, if you don't want to use the landing page, you don't have that many job ads, job posts. You only have maybe one or two. Yarko shared an example of Vesivet. Let me show you. Here. I'm not going to translate this, but this is the recruitment page, and this is our bot. So basically, this bot is dedicated for recruitment. So if you can, for the non-Finnish speakers, speak to that, this is to do with, recruiting for positions. So if I click on one of these options and fill the form, basically fill the bot, it's a candidate, right, who applies, who's saying they're interested. So it can even be that you don't need this landing page, which I was showing before. This page here, you can just have it practically on the chatbot form, even a pop-up. And then once the candidate applies, you can send it to the applicant manager. So you can do it in many ways. So there's no restriction to say that you have to get this page or embed the stuff on your website, because we want to make sure that we make life easier for the customer. Okay. Right. So now that I've showed you, before I get to the next part, let me give you a little bit of a walkthrough again. So this is what we are using. This is not a test. This is live on our website when you click on the careers link. So you can see we're recruiting for a social media manager, UI UX designer, executive assistant, operations coordinator. You can see that they're tagged by department and also by location. Now, if I want, I can also add salary ranges. I can say if it's full-time or part-time. All of that. And then if let's say I'm looking for, we have business development. So I can come onto the search and I can say, is there anything for a business related? So with the search, you can also find icons. And then if I want, I can also filter by location. Show me only the job post that's based in Colombo, Sri Lanka. There you go. It's now filtered. Then I can also filter by department. Marketing. It shows. Okay, so now let's go into an individual job post. Let's say we are looking for a senior QA engineer in Sri Lanka. When I click on it, I'm taken into the individual job post. Now, I have my details, a little bit about the company, then your job responsibilities, what do you need, what's in it for you, and then we have a beautiful service form which you can apply. Right, and then also if you want, let's say, you see this a job role and you think it's perfect for your friend who's looking for a job, or maybe who's in this area of work. You can also share it with them through the share links. Right. Now, if I click on apply now, it will take me directly to the form. So now I showed you the posted careers page. The other thing was the job post manager. Of course, to show the jobs here, you need to create it somewhere, right? It needs to exist somewhere so you can display it here. So we create the jobs on Flex. There you go. So you can see all the job posts that we had. So if it's inactive, it won't show here. If it's active, if it's marked active as a green label here, then you will see the job post here. So if I go into one of these, UI UX designer, which you saw outside, so you can see the job description, the criteria, all the tags, who is involved, all of that. Right. Then I'm going to show you the recruitment, the third thing, which is the applicant manager. So I go again onto Flex. It's another Flex space. I'm not going to spend too much time here, but you can see all the applicants. So we have the Kanban view for the pipeline of the recruitment process from applicant to, first interviews, who's qualified, second interview, and then, a hired. So you remember, right? Posted careers page, you get the job post manager, you get the applicant manager. So all of this is practically to create, post, and manage. A recruiter's dream, everything you need. Right. The other thing I told that I'm going to show today is the floating bar, aka old name lead bar. There you go. We have a floating bar back now. It was only available on V2. We didn't have it on V3, and we have it. It's beautiful. So ideas that we will also have templates. We have about 4, but there's a list of around 12 that we'll be adding. So we need to remove the word data. So the templates will come here. They're being worked on, but here's practically the builder. So you can set it up and then put it live on a customer's website, just like any other conversion tool that you have been putting.